Did you ever feel like something happened to you at some point in your life? I know that's super vague. I mean, when you think back over your story, your journey of following Jesus, like something happened in your life and now you aren't thinking about Jesus or the Christian faith or the Bible in the same way that you used to. That you've seen something, you've read something, you've experienced something, and now you can't go back to whatever it was like before, no matter how hard you try. Let me use a movie analogy and liken our experience to the first time that we saw Jordan Peele's now classic, that's right, I just said now classic film, Get Out. If you haven't seen it, pause, go do that, report back. It's incredible. But, you know, if you don't have the time or the energy to do that, in order for this analogy to make sense, you could insert any other movie with a twist at the end, a surprise at the end, something like The Sixth Sense or The Village, or my friend keeps telling me Shutter Island. Shutter Island is this movie, and I don't know. It's long, I haven't watched it yet. Maybe the movie Seven. What's in the box? What's in the box? Anything like that. For my money though, Get Out is way better than all of those movies, so that's the example that I'm gonna use. And because it's so good, I will avoid giving you spoilers, okay? I can't say the same thing for The Sixth Sense. Bruce Willis is dead nearly the entire time, okay? It makes a lot of sense because in the opening scene, he gets shot. I don't know what that says about us, that this is the big twist, but maybe, you know, we're just not that perceptive. Anyway, Get Out. The first time you see it, you're on the edge of your seat. You're tracking with the plot. You're trying to figure out all of the things. You're trying to piece it together. Like the scene when Chris meets Rose's parents for the first time, and then later, Chris is in the room with Rose's mom, Missy, and then it all starts to come together when you're watching the garden party and then there's Chris's friend Rod, who's hilarious. He provides so much comedic relief in this movie. But remember when he sees and then eventually it all comes together and the secret is revealed and the twist is untwisted and you understand, so that by the time you reach the dramatic ending and this dead, you know? Woo! Good movie. Gosh, it's thoughtful, it's entertaining, it's suspenseful, it's surprising. It's also a really apt social commentary. Now here's the point. This is why I'm talking about this movie. The second time you watch the film, your mindset is totally different. You already know the ending. You already know the surprise. The twist has been untwisted. So the way that you watch the movie is different, right? You're looking for things. You're trying to track how the director is moving and shaping and shifting all of this stuff together. Maybe things that you missed the first time. And however much you wish to go back to having those same feelings, the same edge of your seat sort of experience in this second viewing and any afterward, you can't go back to the feeling you had the first time. And I think that for many of us, something similar has happened in our faith, right? We've seen an ending. It's certainly not the ending, but it's an ending. And now we're in a different place and we're looking at things really differently. And in turn, you know, we read the Bible differently. The questions we ask, it's different. The conclusions that we reach, they're different. The things that we believe, maybe, they're different. The way that we believe is different. It's like there was this naivete, a scholarly word there, that came along with our faith before, but now we've seen the film. And whether it was a sermon that you heard or something that you read, a conversation that you listened to, a podcast or an experience that you had, everything has changed and now you can't go back to the way that it was. I know that that's a scary place to be in, and honestly, it doesn't get talked about a lot in most church settings. So here's what I want to do. I want to produce a series of videos on reconstructing the Bible, because honestly, the Bible is one of the first things to go on this journey. Like, something has happened and now the Bible isn't what you thought it was. You've read something, and maybe you've even just read the Bible. You've read the Bible and now you realize, man, it doesn't behave in the way that they told me it did. You've started to notice different things. It seems inconsistent, it seems incompatible, or just seems really, really weird and old and ancient and not relevant. I totally agree. But still, for a lot of us, the Bible holds an important place in our faith, so it might be helpful to talk openly and honestly about what it actually is. Not what you were told it is, but what it actually is, what it does, how it works, what we should expect from it. So here's what I would ask. I want you to, as much as you are able, to table the stuff that you've heard. I know that's impossible, but as much as you are able to take that stuff, the box in which you have placed Scripture for maybe your entire life, and I want you to put that off to the side. Table the discussions in your mind about what the Bible must be or has always been, and I want you to try to be open-minded, and I want to talk about what the Bible is. Not what it's supposed to be, not what you thought it was, but what the Bible is. Now, we're going to start pretty simple in the first video, but even in simplicity, there are some massive correlates that come along with the way that I'll be describing the Bible. And just to get your wheels turning, here it is. The Bible is a library of ancient texts. That's where we're going to go in the first video. And that's a simple phrase. The Bible is a library of ancient texts. But it has so many important ramifications for how we read and how we approach and what we believe the Bible is.